Easiest ways to have just about anybody join a Google Meet is using the calendar app. You can have North Clackamas staff, students, people with personal Google accounts, people with cell phones or landlines join with certain conditions. But they do need to have a Google account of some sort, personal or our school districts, and or a phone for security reasons. So let's go look at this. I'm going to go ahead and go to Google Calendar, and I'm going to make a Google Calendar Meet link by enabling this. I'm going to go to more options. Now, you don't have to change the time or the date range because we're just going to use this as a doorway to you. I am not going to add any guests. However, if I did have specific people, other specialists that I wanted in that meeting, I could. But I don't have to because I can give the specialist the Meet link. So one thing I would consider is going here. When I go here, I have the option to turn quick access on or off. Right now, it is enabled, which means only people who are invited would be able to join without me having to admit them. I want to have control over who is joining my meeting. So I'm going to turn that off. Notice here that only people invited by the host can join without asking. Everyone else must ask to join. Only hosts can dial out of a meeting. So I'm going to go ahead and save. Oh, note also, I have to be in this room first, and that's super important, of course. So I'm going to go ahead and save that. Now here's the fundamental mistake people make. They copy the conference information here. Now I'm going to do that, but I'm going to actually paste it down here so you can see what it looks like. There's a lot of data here. If someone was wanting to call, you'd want to give them this information right here. People can actually use their cell phones if they don't have the internet, like the browser, if they don't have Google Meet, the app, they can actually call in. Now, they would not have video, but they could call in, and this is the information here that you would give them. I have another video that shows how you can dial in from a landline and a cell phone without a browser or the Google Meet app. But if you are going to have somebody who has a cell phone, I'm just going to copy this, with a browser or Google Meet or a Google Meet enabled app, you can copy this. If they have a computer and it has a browser, they can't enter this information. So you can send this link right here to your parents, your students, your guest speakers, and other staff members and say, join me at this particular time. Because you have turned off the quick access, you will have to admit them. So I've copied this link. That's the link that you want to use, not copying the whole thing. And again, we've disabled quick access. This particular point, I can save this meeting. Now it's saved. Now I'm not going to go into it at this particular point so you can see how this works. Remember, they do have to have an account, a Google account of some type. This is my personal Google account. So I'm just going to paste up here the link that my teacher gave me for my child. And I'm already logged into my Google account, so I should be able to access. I'm going to allow my camera. And right now it says ask to join because my teacher is not in the account and she has quick access off. So I'm going to ask to join, and it says, hey, the meeting hasn't started, or if it is started, this person hasn't let you in. So just make sure you let your parents and guardian know that if this occurs, to be patient. If anything should go wrong, they can always repaste the link in the new browser tab and try again if there's any glitches. All right. Oh, by the way, it's not a bad idea to give them a contact number to call if they do have any issues. So now they're waiting, and I've got a conference. So I'm going to go ahead and go here, and I'm going to join. There will be a little bit of feedback, so be patient. I will try to adjust the volume. It's saying getting ready to join. You'll be able to join in a minute. Now notice this is my Google account that I use to initially create the Meet link. I'm going to turn this off and I'm going to turn this off. It says, hey, looking for others in the call. So it's looking. It says nobody else is there. This person's in the waiting room. I'm going to go ahead and join. And when I do this, it's saying, hey, this person wants to call. You may not necessarily know who this is if they're using a specific phone number, so be aware of that. But if they do have a Google account, whether it's North Clackamas or personal, I'll be able to tell, and I can admit them. Once I admit them, this is where the feedback happens. When done, you always want to make sure that you hang up and end the call for all. So I'm going to do that right